And welcome back to the channel. Today is 5th of May, it's a Sunday, and it's my last session before Ramadan actually starts. I'm just going to have my pre-workout that I've just made, and I'll be back in a second. And I'm back, and basically I've just had that drink, and now I'm going to show you something that I've just bought, and I mentioned I was going to have it for Ramadan. It's the Essential BCAAs. So this is watermelon flavour. I've never had it before, so I'm just going to try it, let you know what it's like. And what I'm going to do with this is sip it throughout my gym session today. And that's from My Protein.
So keep on dancing, baby.
Hello, I'm back with a voiceover, and the reason for the voiceover is a couple of things. Number one, there's copyright music in the background, and number two, a lot of you have mentioned I'm not instructing you on what to do that much. So basically I'm doing my shoulders in this session, and I'm warming up with some very light weights. You might be able to tell from the mirror there. I'm sorry that the focus is off, but I'm just doing them nice and slow. Make sure you're doing them nice and slow when you are doing your shoulder press. After my first set, I'm then warming up my rotator cuffs left and right, making sure that they're both extremely warm. And the reason for that is just to get the blood flowing, so you don't want that injury in that rotator cuff. And do that after every single set, especially in the first exercise. I've gone on to something slightly heavier now, which is I think the 50s or 60s. I was feeling a little bit of a twinge in my left shoulder, and that's normally the case in my left shoulder. I don't know why. Maybe I got it from the bench press a few years back, I'm not sure. But yeah, it just carries on coming back, so you've got to be extremely careful when pressing, especially when you haven't got a partner like I haven't on that day. So here I go again on the larger weights. And yeah, you just got to be very careful. I find that bit the trickiest bit to do, moving it from my knees all the way to there, because I think it puts a lot of stress on your rotator cuffs, that movement can. And if it's too heavy for you, get somebody else to pick the other way up whilst you start with one of the weights already on your shoulder. So make sure you do that. And for this I do 4 sets on the shoulder press. I then move on to the front raisers, which works the front side of your shoulders, and I try to get them to chin height. Move them inwards towards your chin. Don't move them any higher, because what I find is when you move them slightly higher, you start to work more of your trapezius, your traps. And notice that my arms are slightly bent. I do about 10 on each arm, and then 5 together on each arm. And I'm actually warming up all parts of my shoulders. The shoulder press you saw me do earlier works on the whole shoulder. These work on the front. I'm going to do some on the rear and the back, but I'm doing 3 sets on this now because I'm slightly warmed up. I'm increasing the weight ever so slightly along them 3 sets. And the reason why I do it like this is just to get that bit more of a pump. And like I mentioned, I was feeling it a little in my shoulder that day when I was doing this. So yeah, I mean, I'm walking around, make sure, this is one of the things that I make sure I always do, and that is always sip on some water. Obviously I've mentioned I'm having the BCAAs, and that helps to recover it, helps a little bit of a boost. The pre-workout has already kicked in, so I could feel the tingling in my ears and my toes and my fingers, and that's always a good sign that it's working. Get a bit more of that pump on, but always make sure you're drinking water that works as oxygen. You're getting that water into your system, into your body, and it allows you to most certainly work better. So yeah, always keep some water on you. Obviously, as Ramadan is coming up, it's going to be a little trickier because I won't be drinking. One thing I won't be doing is going heavy on my legs, and the reason for that is because in the past I have cramped up. So here I'm going pretty heavy. I'm walking around, I'm keeping my legs and now my whole body like moving. One thing I've realised is when you sit down, sit still, play on your phone, it can sometimes seize your body up. So I would recommend that you keep it moving throughout your session. Fair enough, if you wish to rest you can do, but I would always say do some stretches in between. So this is the reason why I'm walking around. Here I am doing my lateral raises, side lateral raises. This works your cap. You might have seen me do this on the cables last time, and what I like to do is switch up my routine now and again, because number one, it keeps the body guessing, and number two, you don't want your shoulders or any other part of your body going stale and understanding what you're going to do. I want to put them in shock. I want to change a little bit of my routine and my session. Here I am once again sipping on my drink. By the way, if you wish to know where I got my outfit from today, I'm wearing my black boohoo. I'm wearing a black Charles Wilson jumper. I'll put the link in the description below so you can order it. I will be having a discount code coming up actually, and I think it'll be 10% off, so it's cheap as it is. I think it's around £30, which is equivalent to like $40. So I mean, it's a pretty decent jumper. It's never let me down. It's nice and warm, and you can still work out in it. So that's £30. I will be able to get you a 10 or 15% discount. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but that will be in the description below, and I'll try and put that discount code up by the end of this week for sure. But yeah, you can pop onto their website, cwclothes.co.uk, and they have some fantastic clothes there. So here I am on my third set of lateral raises, and to be fair, I was feeling my shoulder quite a lot here, quite a lot for some reason. I've got to pay close attention to that, especially when I do my chest as well. People neglect that. When you do your chest, you're still using your shoulders, so you need to warm them up. Here I'm doing my pulls, so I'm doing my rear delts, and you must remember to keep your elbows as high as possible when doing this. For some reason I found it very difficult to do it this time, and I can't really describe it, but in that first set I felt a little bit of a twinge. I felt as if I could go higher, but at the same time I didn't want to overdo it, and as you can see there, I'm stretching it out. It was hurting. You can probably see the grimace on my face there. So I wanted to get this next set done. Here I am, second set. What I'm trying to do is, once I pull it back, hold it for about half a second. And what that does is, it gives that little bit of a strain, and if you hold it a bit more, you'll feel that burn a little bit more. And there I am on my second set. I think I'll be doing one more set on this. I'm absolutely exhausted, as you can see, and for that reason I'm always sipping on the water. The water's going down, BCAAs are going down, it's helping me. So yeah. So here I am, last set, and my elbows really ought to be higher than that. I really wish I had somebody there with me to tell me. I was feeling it a little too much. In hindsight, I should not have done this set because my shoulder was just not right, and as you can see, my elbows are coming down. That's the way not to do them, and you must concentrate on that. Next exercise, I'm doing some shrugs, and that's going to work my trapezius, that's going to work my traps. And I first of all put 40 kilos on each side, and do about 10 to 12 reps. And what that does, it warms up the traps. Like I've mentioned, we try not to work our traps in other exercises because we like to isolate each muscle one at a time, and here we're just doing the traps, so I'm warming them up up and down. Second set, I'm staying on the same weight. I tend to go for 3 sets in each exercise. Originally, for the first exercise, I like to go 4 sets just to warm them up. 2 warm-up sets followed by 2 working sets. Here I've done pretty much 2 working sets on my traps, trying to get that water in again, and I'm loading it on with another 20 kilo weight on each side, or 45 pounds if you're American. So altogether, I think that piece of apparatus weighs 20 kilos, so that's 7 plates, so 140 kilos, which sounds like a lot, but it's not actually that much. I've seen people do a lot more than that. So yeah, this is my last exercise, and once I've done this, I think it's going to be time for me to go. And I just want to let you know that my Ramadan starts tomorrow. However, I will be keeping a diary. I'll still be going to the gym, I'll still be eating, shopping, etc. I'll be showing you my routine. If you've not seen my last video on Ramadan and bodybuilding in Ramadan, please watch that, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Speak soon.
The pressure be calling, left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it, cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling.